Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode. In this episode, I want to say that, because of the mainstream media, right, and society, they're projecting this idea of it's bad to be a virgin, all right? I just want to tell you guys that if you are saving yourself for your perfect partner, there's nothing wrong with that. Virginity, being a virgin, there's nothing wrong with being a virgin, all right? What today culture and today's society is that when you tell people you're a virgin, right? They like to demonize you, say it's a bad thing, saying all these stuff. Oh, what? Say it's not cool. It's not that. You know what? Disregard all that. If you decide to be a virgin, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. If people make fun of you, there's something wrong with them, not you. Right? It's your life. You choose how you want to live it. Right? When you decide to be abstinent until you're married, right? That's avoid all kind of complication in your life. You're not, if you're a person of God, you're not having sex out of wedlock, right? You're not conforming to these ideologies saying, oh, everybody must have sex. Not everybody must have sex, right? Sex could be a good thing and a bad thing. If there's too much, it's gonna be a distraction. It become an addiction. If you don't have sex, you're not passing on your lineage, right? But not because people like to demonize you if you don't conform to that ideology. Like, oh, if you don't have sex by a certain age, you're a loser and all that stuff. Screw that. Don't worry about what they say. All right. There's nothing wrong with saving yourself for marriage. There's nothing wrong with virginity. There's nothing wrong with that. I believe Jesus is a virgin. Why don't people berate him? I mean, a lot of people do already, but I'm just saying. Right? There's nothing wrong. If you're a person of God, there's nothing wrong with you saving yourself. You're saving yourself from all these anguish. It's 2023 right now. You don't know what kind of disease is out there. You have all these random sexual partners. What if you catch something? Right? You put your trust in people that much. People feel like they need to get something to fornicate if they date a certain people for a certain time frame, right? Right? What if you catch something? When you save yourself, you're saving yourself the trouble from being a victim of all these unnecessary diseases. Not only that, you have all these promiscuous sex. What if you get somebody pregnant? Now you have a kids out of wedlock. Now you're stuck for 18 years now. Have a baby out of the wedlock, right? Now you basically put your own life on hold because you have to take care of a life that you bring into this world, right? If people would practice abstinence and get and participate in sexual activity when they get married, we wouldn't have all these problems right now, right? The family wouldn't be in the situation it is right now. The child sacrifice wouldn't be in the situation it is right now, right? At Planned Parenthood, all this stuff, right? If people will just keep that sounds bad. Will just stop fornicating. Sometimes you have to just say no. Like I said, it's gonna bring back to my point of you might. What if you catch something? If you save yourself for marriage, you save yourself the trouble, right? Because of what the media is going on right now, they put out TV shows, music videos, exploring sex everywhere. Everything is sex from publications, right? Society. Why does everything have to be sexualized? They do all these things to get the demon out of you so you can participate in their system as well. Sex, the practice of sex is a sacred thing. It's only happen between you and a special person in your life. What if you just go have random sex with people, right? You're basically devaluing the practices, the activity. You devaluating it. It's not something as pleasurable than it was supposed to be. It's only supposed to be practiced with somebody important in your life. And people like to demonize virginity like that. Like, why? I mean, these are their choices. There's nothing wrong. They try to destroy morality. That's what it is, right? It's going against God orders. God don't want you to do all this stuff. There's nothing wrong with Virginia. I can't stress that so many times. They shame people this day and age if you decide to save yourself for marriage, right? And guys, if you decide to save yourself, that's fine. Don't be persuaded by this evil entity in this world right now. This world is totally evil. They're very evil. In the media, the publications, music, they glorify sex all the time, 24/7. This is why people are building these addictions, right? They can't get over it, right? And people like to make fun of people. Like, why is it a good thing for people to bully people because they want to save themselves? I don't get that. I was like, okay, at what point in history where it's okay to be sleeping around with all these multiple partners? How does society shift to this point? I mean, do people have to engage in this activity? Some people are not sexually active. They don't see any enjoyment at all. They don't see any productive thing at all. They just don't want to. Why can't it just be platonic? You know, Some guys just don't think. I mean, even though it's hard to believe, but some guys out there that the main drive isn't sex all the time. They have other things to do, and they demonize people who decide to save themselves, especially at the older age as well. That guys need to stop. We need to stop demonizing. If people want to save themselves, fine. We should respect that. Not make it even worse for the person. Now you create all these psychological damage on the person, putting pressure on people because they don't want to fornicate, right? You, because people want to save themselves, there should be pressure to find a mate immediately and try to fornicate and try to practice this activity. It's up to the person, right? If a girl look to me, if a girl just came up to me and said, "Hey, let's do it," I don't know you. Let's just do it. No, I don't want to do that. I don't feel like doing that. I mean, it has to be some kind. There has to be a chemistry, and I can't do it in a split second in a moment. We have to build up the moment. It had to be a special moment to be fornicating in this activity to practice this activity. If they force me to do it, I mean, you can't get it. I mean, there's no way I could do that. It had to be a special moment. A chemistry would have to be built between two partners. And they like to demonize that. A person want to save themselves. A person who want to avoid all these problems. Like I said before, diseases, right? You might catch HIVs, gonorrhea, syphilis, right? Unprotected sex, right? And protected sex is not even for surefire way too. Because you can wear a condom, but that doesn't guarantee you're not gonna catch anything. I mean, it limit the chances, but it could still break. You could still impregnate somebody. Unintended pregnancy. You're gonna invite unintended pregnancy, bringing a child to this world that you didn't intend it to bring into this world. That's what I want to say. I just want to encourage men. It's okay, well, not just men and women as well, right? It's okay to save yourself. It's okay to be a virgin. Virginity is okay to save your virginity. You're more pure. You're more wanted. You're not damaged goods, right? You're straight edge. But on that note, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe.